in every way.
Hello, good afternoon and welcome to the Midday News. The news is live on Joy 99.7 FM, hits 103.9 FM in Accra, on Love 99.5 in Kumasi, myjoyonline.com, also live in all 16 regions of Ghana via our various affiliates, live on X Spaces and Facebook. The Midday News is supported by Petrosol Platinum Energy, energizing dreams. Coming up, suspect in the murder of immigration officer Stephen King Amwa now faces a murder charge instead of kidnapping following the recovery of incriminating evidence by the police.
A search in the room revealed more blood stains which were photographed and samples were collected for forensic analysis. A further search in the bushes about 100 meters from the suspect's house also led to the retrieval of a fufu pestle with blood stains all over it wrapped in polythene.
Also, the police have impounded 43 vehicles stolen from abroad and smuggled into the country following a special joint operation with the United States FBI and Interpol.
These 43 vehicles are mainly high-value luxurious vehicles such as Rolls-Royce, Audi Q8, Porsche, BMW, Mercedes-Benz.
Also this afternoon, heavy security presence at Akwatia GCD Park as the NDC elects its parliamentary candidate ahead of the September 2 by-election in the area. We're live in the constituency and countdown to shut down. 3 more days for DSTV license to be revoked as Minister for Communications and Multi-Choice Ghana operators of the platform take entrenched positions as on demand to reduce prices by 30%.
If Nigerians are paying equivalent of $29, DSTV must charge same here in Ghana, or we will suspend their broadcasting license effective 7th of August 2025.
We have details as Communications Committee of Parliament proposed to serve as mediators in sports.
Ghana FA releases Premier League fixtures as Asante Kotoko and Heart of Oak handed tricky openers.
I will tell you how the demand for 2 to 3 years rent advance has forced a father of 3 to raise his ever-expanding family in one of Accra's most neglected slums, where he faces the possibility of eviction every single day.
It wasn't like I renting, and they said for the least I can get is 200 cedis, and he is taking 3 years. Where am I going to get that money from? I'm really tired. I'm really tired of staying here.
Details of these and more with me, Maame, Nyamekye, Thompson. This is Joy News, independent, fearless, and credible. This afternoon, police have formally upgraded charges against the suspect, Bright Awe, initially held in connection with the kidnapping of immigration officer Stephen King Amwa after uncovering new incriminating evidence linking him directly to the officer's murder. Mr. Amwa went missing on July 3, 2025 after leaving home to meet a friend at Ashoman Estates. His charred body was discovered days later in a drain at Abom Junction near Kwabenya. Awe, believed to be the last person in contact with the deceased, was subsequently arrested by the police. Initial investigations led to the arrest of a suspect who was charged with kidnapping. However, police now say recent discoveries have shifted the focus of the case. Here's the head of the Police Criminal Investigation Department, COP Lydia Donko.
When the CID, supported by officers from the counter-terrorism unit and the Kwabenya District Police, visited the suspect's residence, a forensic inspection revealed the following: blood stains in the living room and evidence of attempted cleanup, freshly sprayed walls, and empty can of spray paint. A search of a secondary crime scene near the GBC satellite area also uncovered a burnt woolen carpet stained with blood and partially burnt camouflage fabric. These items were photographed, retrieved, and processed for forensic analysis. On 24th July, police obtained a warrant from the court to search a particular room in the suspect's house. A search in the room revealed more blood stains which were photographed and samples were collected for forensic analysis. A further search in the bushes about 100 meters from the suspect's house also led to the retrieval of a fufu pestle with blood stains all over it wrapped in polythene. Police also impounded the suspect's vehicle, in which some blood stains were also seen, and same was collected for analysis. I wish to state that the initial blood samples collected have tested positive for human blood. To aid the investigation, the deceased mother and son have provided samples for DNA profiling. In the face of these pieces of evidence, the suspect who was initially charged with kidnapping has since been rearrested and formally charged with murder. He is currently on remand following his appearance before the Adabraka District Court and is scheduled to reappear on 8 August 2025. A special operation is currently underway to identify and arrest his accomplices, and we are following other vital leads to gather all necessary evidence against the suspect and his accomplices.
Also, the police have impounded 43 luxurious vehicles stolen abroad and shipped to Ghana. Here again is CID boss COP Lydia Donko.
The CID administration has stepped up efforts to fight vehicle crime by working in close collaboration with other national agencies, including the Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority and international partners like the Interpol, Digipol, and the FBI to share intelligence on vehicles stolen abroad and imported into the country, as well as transnational organized criminal groups involved in the stolen motor vehicle trade and related crimes like money laundering, insurance fraud, identity theft, visa card fraud, among other transnational crimes. This effective collaboration has resulted in the recovery of 43 vehicles stolen from abroad and brought into the country between January and July 2025. These 43 vehicles are mainly high-value luxurious vehicles such as Rolls-Royce, Audi Q8, Porsche, BMW, Mercedes-Benz, etc., stolen from countries such as the Netherlands, Spain, Belgium, Canada, USA, Germany, Italy, and France. Out of the 43 vehicles that have been impounded, investigations have been completed, and the courts have ordered that 18 of them should be repatriated back to the countries of origin.
And you heard the CID boss, COP Lydia Donko. Away from that, there's heavy police presence at Akwatia GCD Walker Park as election is underway to elect a preliminary candidate for the NDC ahead of the September 2 by-election. 3 persons, former MP Henry Boachi Yadom, former presiding member Erasmus Ali Koni, and member of the party's team Bernard Bediakon Beidu, are competing for the slot. The party's regional chairman, Dr. Mark Oliver Kevo, tells journalists the NDC is poised to win the upcoming by-election with a candidate who emerges winner of today's contest. Let's go live to Akwatia and speak to our man on the ground, Kofi Sian, for details. Kofi, what's the latest?
Okay, so currently, Maame, the election is underway. The delegates are in casting their vote one after the other. And when you also come here, there is heavy police presence here in Akwatia, right from the main entrance of the GCD Walker Park to where the voting is taking place as well. And from one point to the other, you could count more than say 100 policemen at a place. That is from the entrance. And when you come inside to, there are more of the policemen also well armed, and they are providing security for the ongoing elections.
Well, Kofi, is there any explanation for such large quantity of security officers at the place?
Come again?
Is there an explanation for a large number of police personnel at the place?
Well, according to the police commander over here, they've heard about stories on radio and TV from political parties that they are going to provide security for themselves ahead of, the Akwatia main by-election. So they are rehearsing ahead of the by-election on September 2nd.
All right. And exactly when is the voting ending, when we will get to know who won?
It's supposed to end at 5 p.m.
Right.
That is what I hear.
Right. Thank you. Kofi Sian is our man on the ground at the NDC primary. Now, President John Mahama has directed the Ministers for the Interior, Transport and Foreign Affairs to collaborate on expanding the country's new advanced passenger information and passenger name record systems. This expansion is to ensure the swift implementation of electronic visa services for persons entering Ghana. Speaking at the commissioning of the Air Navigation System Complex and the new API API PNR Operations Center, President Mahama stressed the critical role of the advanced passenger data systems in enhancing national security, improving border control, and streamlining travel processes. He said it will also help to fast-track implementation of e-visa services.
And it is fully equipped with the following: air traffic services and management, communication, navigation and surveillance systems, aeronautical information services, and also meteorological services. With this infrastructure, Ghana's aviation professionals, particularly our air traffic controllers and system engineers, will operate in a conducive, technologically advanced environment, enhancing air safety, reducing delays, and improving coordination within the Accra Flight Information Region. But even more critically, this facility underpins our broader national vision to position Ghana as the aviation hub of West Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, the introduction of the API and PNR systems provides a strong digital platform on which other critical services can be integrated. And that's why I'm directing the honorable ministers responsible for Interior, Transport, and Foreign Affairs to collaborate to ensure that this platform is expanded to enable us quickly implement the long-awaited e-visa services for the country.
Presidential Affairs correspondent Maxwell Akbakwa joins us on the line with more. Maxwell, it was a dual commissioning at the Ghana Civil Aviation Authority. Tell us more about the importance of this API and NPR systems.
Well, Maame, so two things the President commissioned today: the Air Navigation Service Facility, which will serve as the central operation hub for delivering air navigation functions. So that structure was commissioned today. And then as part of the event also, the President also commissioned the use of the Passenger Information Unit system. Now, the Advanced Passenger Information and Passenger Name Record systems, we are told for the API, it would collect information such as passport, nationality, flight number. And this, we are told, will support immigration control and enhance identity verification. And then the passenger name record would also have reservation details, payment methods, travel companions, travel itinerary, and all of that. And we are told that it would aid in risk profiling, criminal investigations, and then national security analysis as well.
All right, thank you so much, Maxwell Akbakwa. Well, the project coordinator, Francis Bullen, Governor, has been telling us how the system will fight terrorism, drug trafficking, criminal investigations, and national security analysis.
In our command center, it's a national security infrastructure built to strengthen the pre-arrival intelligence, interagency collaboration, and border decision making. The system replaces the outdated paper-based manifest processes with real-time, structured, and secured data access. I will start by sharing with all. Last year, 3.2 million passengers passed through Kotoka International Airport. Among them were investors, tourists, and Ghanaians returning home.
And you heard there the API and PNR project coordinator, Francis Bullen, Governor. Well, this afternoon, it's countdown to shutdown. In 3 days, there'll be a DSTV blackout if its operators do not accept to immediately reduce prices by 30%. It will be recalled that the Minister for Communications, Samuel Nati George, threatened to have the license of the pay-per-view operator revoked if prices were not reduced to reflect the recent economic gains. But in a statement over the weekend, MultiChoice Ghana flatly rejected the minister's demand as untenable. First, though, here is what the minister said when he took his turn at the Government Accountability Series.
I made the announcement that I had directed MultiChoice to be present at the ministry for a meeting. At that meeting, we requested a 30% reduction in pricing for subscribers of MultiChoice Ghana's packages. The meeting addressed public concerns about affordability, value for money, and fairness in service delivery. I made clear the ministry's expectation that pricing structures had to be responsive to Ghana's current economic context. directed the NCA in that letter to suspend the broadcasting license of DSTV effective 7th of August 2025 if they fail to effect a reduction in their bundle prices.
Communications Minister Samuel Nate George there. Well, Kweku Asante of our Legal Affairs Desk joins me in studio with more on this. Kweku, there was a response from MultiChoice on this specific matter over the weekend. They outrightly rejected this demand, but why?
Yes, according to Alex Autry, the managing director, they say that it was regrettable that the minister had taken this stance, and notwithstanding the ongoing endeavors to engage the honourable minister candidly and in good faith on this important matter. It says that while we appreciate the recent appreciation of the city, which we have never referred to as a fluke, it is not tenable to reduce the DSTV subscription fees in the manner proposed by the minister.
Well, Kweku, also the minister has been issuing his response to this, and he's not backing down.
Well, he says the same group operating in Nigeria reversed prices when Nigerian authorities sued them. This year in April, at the time the Ghana city had seen a 10% appreciation against all major currencies and inflation had dropped, DSTV announced and implemented a 15% increase. I believe in the interest of transparency, and they propose that I allow them to maintain the collection of the exorbitant bouquet prices as they stand, but order them not to send their revenue to their headquarters. In all honesty, that offer lacks any logic in my estimation. For far too long, corporations have fleeced the Ghanaian people, and he says, I remain open to constructive engagement that are centered on price reduction. Anything else is tangential and of no consequence.
Thank you, Kweku Asante. Meanwhile, the minority on the Communications Committee of Parliament has offered to mediate the impasse between the ministry and DSTV and are calling for an urgent meeting of the committee. Let's go on the phone lines now and speak to the deputy ranking on the committee, Charles Oredo. We're grateful for your time on the Midday News. Do you agree with the minister that the economy has improved and DSTV must immediately reduce prices? Unfortunately, we've lost the minister there, but we'll try and get him back on this very issue. And as you know, the minister and MultiChoice have been batting it out on the reduction of prices. Meanwhile, some users of DSTV services are backing the minister's move to slash prices or revoke the platform's license.
Yeah, I use DSTV. They will increase some, I think, ending of last year. And I think this won't increase it again. The way the cost is, it has made it look like it is something extraordinary. DSTV, it should be like a normal thing that everybody can purchase. Understand? But due to the cost, Ghana here, our cost of DSTV is too much. A month, we are paying almost like 4 something to get to the channels.
I use DSTV for more than 6 years. Yeah, mostly the Ghanaian one, they like always increase their monthly too much. Oh, right now I stopped using it. I don't want to. Beginning of this year, yeah, I've stopped using it because it's too much. Almost like 500 a month. And moreover, one week, only football that I have watched.
I use DSTV.
Well, thankfully we have Charles Oredo on the line. Charles, do you agree with the minister that the economy has improved and DSTV prices must be reduced?
Thank you for the opportunity. I think that from the minority side, we totally support the call from the minister for MultiChoice reduce the prices because they're comparative analysis based on the presentation that was made by
Mr. Redo, kindly reposition yourself for me. We seem to be losing you there so that we can hear you properly.
Is it better now?
Much better, thank you.
Okay, so I was saying that from the minority side, we do back the call of the minister for MultiChoice to reduce their prices. Because if you do a comparative analysis comparing Ghana to neighboring countries, and even from the southern part of Ghana, southern part of Africa, it looks as if Ghana is paying more. Subscribers in Ghana pay more for the same service that our colleagues or our friends from other countries are also getting. So on that score, we do back the minister. However, we have some reservations regarding the threat that was used by the minister.
Well, let's try this again. What really will your meeting entail if you are, mediating between the two sides?
Okay, so we are close with that oversight committee, that's the communication committee. So we want the sides we want to engage, find out the point of, and then just negotiate. Because at the end of the day, we don't want multi-choice to pack and then leave. Multi-choice has quite a lot. The Ghana also get some tax.
We apologize for that poor line over there, but we'll still get the side of the minority on this. Now, right about now, there's some development on a new cocoa prices, and Caleb is with our research desk, joins me in studio with more on this. Caleb, what are we learning?
So the finance minister just announced the increments in the cocoa prices. So for a ton of cocoa, it used to be 49,600 Ghana cedis. Okay. It's now going for 51,660 Ghana cedis. Okay. So that's an increment of 2,060 Ghana cedis. And per 64 kg bag, it used to be 3,100 cedis. And it's now 3,228 Ghana cedis. Wow. So that's an increment in 128 Ghana cedis.
All right. Thank you, Caleb, for that update. You're still listening to the Midday News here on Joy 99.7 FM. We'll take a break, we return with sports, and we'll tell you the demand for 2 to 3 years rent advance that has forced a father of 3 to raise his ever-expanding family in one of Accra's most neglected slums, where he faces the possibility of eviction every single day.
Because I try renting, and they said for the least I can get is 200 cedis, and he is taking 3 years. I don't know where to get that money from. I'm really tired. I'm really tired of staying here.
When budgets are tight and money difficult to come by, you want to be sure you get the best value for your money. These are not times to be spending money fixing expensive engine problems because of cheap fuel and lubricants. Drive to a petrol source station today and buy your quality fuel and lubricants, and rest assured of fuel that lasts long and lubricants that prevent expensive engine problems. Hear the sound. Petrosol, clean fuel in full quantity.
When I wake up in the morning, I brush my teeth with Kale Charcoal toothpaste. This gives me confidence all day.
Anytime you meet Amma, don't be surprised I smile showing my beautiful white teeth, because I don't have cavity thanks to Kale Charcoal toothpaste for its natural charcoal properties. In fact, we are like twins. I can't go without my Kale Charcoal toothpaste.
That be why I dey use Kale Charcoal toothpaste morning and night when I dey go bed safe. It dey make my teeth white when it dey comot every scent from my mouth inside. My confidence level they go up, so I dey show my 32 teeth all.
Introducing the Kale Charcoal toothpaste, formulated with activated bamboo charcoal powder, ensures whiter teeth and removes bad breath. The strong natural property of the activated bamboo charcoal removes bacteria, absorbs surface stains on our teeth caused by coffee, wines, and tobacco. Welcome, Kale Charcoal toothpaste. Kale Charcoal toothpaste, Sankofa Yenchi.
Kale, happy smile.
This advert is FDA approved.
Wherever you are, the game is nothing without you. It's on like never before this season. Every major league, every cup, every qualifier, the players, kudos, Semenyo, Iñaki, the goals, the emotions, and the bragging rights. It's all on SuperSport, available on DSTV and GoTV. Get your DSTV decoder at 89 cedis and GoTV decoder at 399 cedis. DSTV, your home of entertainment. Go TV. Love it.
Welcome back to the Midday News. We have sports.
Maame, BBN Gold Stars will begin their Ghana Premier League title defense at home against Bechem United, now led by new head coach Stephen Botwe. Now, Asante Kotoko, who have already confirmed Karim Zito as permanent head coach, they travel to face Brekum Chelsea in their opener. Also, under the guidance of Didi Dramani, Heart of Folk will welcome newly promoted side Hoho United for their first match. Remember, the Ghana Premier League begins on September 12th. Back to you, Mamisi.
Thank you, Mubarak. Now, the demand for 2 to 3 years rent advances pushed Gustav Kesse to the edge of eviction every single day. In a single overcrowded room at Kokomba, one of Accra's most neglected slums, the 28-year-old delivery rider stretches every city just to keep a roof over his family. Kelly Chesi has more in today's episode of our Habitat series.
Gustav Kesse is a senior high school graduate who left Bando for Accra as a teenager in search of a better life. Now 28, he's a husband, father of 3, and a delivery rider, trying to make something out of life from within the slums of Kokomba. This cramped room, barely large enough for a mattress, ceiling fan and a few personal belongings, has been home to Gustav and his growing family.
The issue about Pando is there is no income there. My food is delivery. That's what I do. So that's what I know. I know how to do best. And back at Pando, there is nothing you can do like that. Let's maybe farming or something like that. Yeah, I've been here for 12 years.
Here,
I stay with my wife and 3 kids.
So all the kids were born in this room?
Yeah, I think two was born. Yeah.
He pays 320 Ghana cedis a month, collected in weekly installments of 80 cedis, for this narrow wooden single room in a crowded compound. Rent collection here is strict. Miss just a week's payment and you risk being thrown out.
Yeah, I pay rent.
How much?
80 cedis a week. The biggest one living here is the pressure in paying the rent. Because if you default for a week, they have to come and lock your place. And if you default for 2 weeks, by the time you come, they'll just pack your things out.
Gustav has tried many times to move his family out, but landlords demanding 2 to 3 years rent in advance have priced him out of a better home.
Because when I tried renting and they said, for the least I can get is 200 cedis, and he is taking 3 years, where am I going to get that money from? So it made me lose hope, and I felt comfortable at a point here because there's no way I'm going to get that money.
He partly blames the rent system for failing people like him.
It has failed a whole lot of youths. Let's assume someone is working and earning 1,500. How do you expect the person to get 500 cedis a month for 2 years or 3 years? Because I'm really tired. I'm really tired of staying here. Because of that, my friends don't come here. Because the last time I even spoke to a friend and he was saying like, oh, even where you stay, you can't come and visit you. So maybe when I'm home, that's why I go to visit my friends. But they can't come to me because where I stay.
From the slums of Kokomba in Accra, my name is Kenneth Jesse for Joy News.
Well, Minister for Tourism, Culture and Creative Arts, Ablaji Fagomashi says she's devastated by the fire that ripped through the Accra Tourist Information Center and cantonments early this morning.
No, I'm totally devastated. Yes. My directors will tell you that anytime we have a meeting here, I don't leave without getting my wache. And to see that this is what we woke up to, it's really troubling and traumatizing. But I was really shaken not to hear anything that affected any human being. But thankfully, got a message, confirmation from Zilla, Dr. Zilla, and Rock himself that nobody from their staff got hurt. So that's good.
Now let's bring you an update on the Madina Ritz Junction fire which happened on Sunday. We understand dozens remain homeless and businesses are in ruins. Victims say they've lost everything with no shelter or support in sight. Also, ECG officials have moved to the area to secure the place. Now, violent flash floods have cut off several communities in the Sisala East municipality from the capital, halting the transport of fertilizers and farm inputs at a critical point in the farming season. MCE Adamu Yakubu says the situation poses a major threat to food production. Joy News' Upper West correspondent Rafiq Salam reports.
The month of August is really a critical period for farmers along this enclave. This is the period where they apply fertilizer. So truckload of fertilizer coming from the Tumu end going through Kasana. But for now, they cannot be able to access the road because of the flash flood they have over years some few days ago.
The violent flash floods washed off the entire road, exposing the boulders and leaving the concrete frame of the bridge naked. Crossing from one end of the road to the other, even on a motorbike, is not a child's play. Farmers using their motorbikes to transport fertilizers on the bumpy, undulating and gaping hole boulder exposed road have to offload some of the fertilizers to enable them meander their way through. Sisala East Municipal Chief Executive Adamu Yakubu painted a gloomy picture for the municipality if the road is not fixed on time, stating that it will affect hundreds of farmers who have invested millions of Ghana cedis on their farms.
August is a critical month. This is the month that we apply fertilizer in our farms. We cannot go to farms. How do we apply fertilizer? We have invested so much in our farms. We have used thousands of Ghana cedis to actually invest in our farms.
That report from Rafik Salamwa, but this time around from Sisala. Now let's do what's trending, and
yes, Maame,
Jackie is here in studio with me, looking fly. Jackie, what's trending?
Well, AC, Daddy Lumba's vigil is still trending on social media.
Yeah.
A lot of people still pouring out love for him. People still going to his home to, pay respects to the family. But then DSTV is also on top of the trends after the whole, would I say back and forth, if it's the right word, between DSTV and Sam George. So a lot of people on social media, they've been expressing their opinions on this. So Enoch says that Sam George, we are solidly behind you, and Kofi Smooth says that killer better teso. You know that thing that was like killer into ya, where they killer better teso. A lot of comments like that. One last comment here says that this is very simple. Reduce the price or pack your things and go. Simple, cry.
Thank you very much, Jackie, for what's trending. That's how we end the midday news here on Joy 99.7 FM. I am Maame Nyamekye Thompson. Up next is our Living Word with Pastor Mensa Waterville.